Good morning. This is Ryan Gilkerson, lead creative here at Company 119, and this is the Coffee Cup. We appreciate you for joining us today. We've been talking about digital branding strategies this week, and today I've got some can't miss, surefire digital marketing tips that you can incorporate today into your strategy. These are things that you can do immediately. Some of them you might already be doing, but these are things that you can start to implement that aren't going to cost you a lot of money. It's not going to come out of your budget and can be very, very effective for you. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is finding your core values. Your core values are that set of traits that make up who you are as a company that you try to use every day to influence your business strategy, but also your branding strategy. So when I talk about finding your core values and committing to them, you want to find out who you are as a company and then strategize around those core beliefs. Extend everything you do around those core beliefs. Virtual Assistant John, if we could bring up the slide deck, please. So you want to strategize around those core beliefs. You want to make sure that your brand always reflects those values, even if they are packaged creatively. So you can be creative as long as you're always getting back to those core values being represented. And then you want to carry those core values across all phases of your business. So your core values are not just things that you hang on the wall somewhere, or things that you print out and hand out to your employees, that type of thing. Your core values need to be exercised every day. That's why you have them. And they need to carry across your digital brand to make sure that you're exhibiting those every day. So you also want to create content that matters. This is very, very important. You want to create content that really creates an impact when you're posting it. Overstuffing with blogs. That used to be the way that everybody thought was the best way to move your content. It was the best way to get people to interact with you. Well, that is antiquated. Overstuffing with blogs is not the way to go. Blogs can be a great way to insert keywords. They can be a great way to get traffic to your site, but if you're doing it too much, it's not going to be enough. Videos, graphics, social media, live broadcasts. These are all examples of content that can make an impact. You can get a nice video package together. Use that in your social media. Use that in emails. Use that on the website. It can all work together to make for a great package. Social media is a great way that's inexpensive to post content, and the live broadcast like this one. Now we choose to use high definition cameras and bugs on the screen and all sorts of nice things when we're doing our live broadcast, but you don't have to. There's a lot of people that are effective just shooting video with their phone on a live broadcast to promote a special or to talk about something that day. So, you can do a lot of different things with content that don't necessarily have to be expensive. You want to know your market and audience. How can you sell to somebody if you don't know who they are? You want to understand what kind of tone your audience wants you to have, and then speak to them on their terms, not yours. Listen, you might have a great sense of humor, but if you're selling a product that's not a funny thing, you don't want to use that. By the same token, you might be selling something that most people are selling that people are very dry with, and people might just be waiting to explode with creativity and laughing. That it might work fine with that. If your audience is okay with it, you can be too. But you want to test your audience, test your market, know your personas, know who you're talking to before you roll out content, and make sure that you're speaking to people the way that they want to be spoken to. And then another one that's it's something that people need to do that they don't do enough. Develop your branding guide. This ensures consistency no matter who is working on your digital branding strategy, whether it's you, whether it's a third-party company, whether it's people within your organization. It should include things like your logo files and all the necessary formats. So if somebody needs it really fast, they can have it today and implement it. Your color palette. You want to make sure that they have all these different colors that you're going to use, when and where to use them. Give them a guide on how to use your colors and make it really easy for people to get your brand right. And then your font styles. Make sure that they know what you use on different types of branding. If you use different types of fonts on different formats, for example, you want to make sure that they have access to all of it so that they know that when they see that font, that reflects your company. Finally, another one that's really easy too is tell a story with your emails. If you have an e-commerce site, this is really important for you here. Get creative and add a personal touch with things like your confirmation emails and tracking emails. The Best Price Nutrition had a really funny email that for abandoned carts, the email that came out to people said, "Did your boss catch you looking at health supplements again?" So it was a way to kind of break the ice. It was funny. People opened that email because they thought it was funny. You can find interesting ways to interact with people to spice up your emails a little bit. Again, it's not going to cost you anything extra that you're not already paying, but it's a great way to interact with people people and get more response to your content. So as with everything that we talk about here on the Coffee Cup, it starts with knowing your audience, knowing the personas that you're selling to. That's where you're going to start. And then it ends with creativity and a commitment to who you are as a brand as well. So there's some can't miss tips. If you take care of these things, I guarantee you that your branding strategy is going to improve. And we look forward to seeing the results of that. We'll see you again on Friday. We appreciate you joining us today on the Coffee Cup.